non-stop Geordie Journos content. We're out the press conferences now, and we've got something else to talk about. Back here, long-time Geordie Journos fans, this is our first ever video location back here at St James's Park, just outside. We've spoken to the AC Milan manager Stefano Pioli, who was asked, understandably, from his Newcastle journalists about Sandro Tonali and whether he knew about Sandro Tonali's betting offences committed while at AC Milan, which has since handed him a 10-month betting ban for Newcastle United, and whether he has any sympathy for the club, given this shelled out £52 million. AC Milan made that money off a player they played very little for, and now Newcastle are being punished. So what did you take from the AC Milan boss's press conference?
Yeah, no sympathy from Pioli to Newcastle United. He said that Newcastle got a great deal, backed the player to hopefully bounce back from this disappointment that'll see him ruled out for 10 months, and once again denied all knowledge that he knew anything about Sandro Tonali's gambling addiction, but spoke really highly about Tonali, didn't he?
Yeah. Praised his character, didn't he?
Praised his character, praised his footballing ability, and I say ultimately backed the player to make a success here at St James's Park when he eventually returns. Yeah, I mean, Pioli coming here, he was never not going to be grilled about. I say grilled. He was never not going to be asked about the Tonali situation. It's quite interesting the way these things have played out, where Newcastle have signed Tonali from AC Milan. They end up being drawn in the group with them, and yeah, they come here on Wednesday, both hoping to try and progress in the Champions League. So yeah, it's quite funny how these things turn out. But yeah, Tonali obviously won't be available tomorrow, but we'll be watching on, and yeah, I think
I just think the Tonali situation almost gets more frustrating by the week. Obviously, you have some degree of sympathy for the player battling a gambling addiction, a serious addiction, but the 10-month ban and him being unavailable through no fault of Newcastle's, let's say, or it's not an injury, and Newcastle picked up so many injuries, they desperately need a Sandro Tonali just as an option. They've had Sean Longstaff out injured, Joe Willock out injured, they've had to play Louis Miley, which has probably been a blessing that has come from Sandro Tonali's ban and the injury situation. But just having the option of someone with that Champions League nous, that experience at only 23 years of age, and can provide a bit of quality in the midfield. We didn't see an awful lot of it from Tonali during his 12 games he did play before the ban. Obviously that Villa game was a standout, and the PSG game here at St James's Park in the Champions League, he has put in some good performances, but yeah, Newcastle have missed him, and that ban has just been made all the worse by the injuries. And yeah, I never expected the AC Milan manager Pioli to say anything but what he said about Tonali, really. But I think it is interesting that he almost said he had no sympathy. He didn't directly say it, but he was asked if he had sympathy, and he went, Newcastle got a great deal out of it. So whether you can say a player being banned for 10 months after spending an Italian record transfer fee of £52 million is a great deal, I'm not sure. I think in years to come it could be a great deal, but the jury is still very much out, and in the short term it's definitely not been a great deal. So we'll move on, and hopefully Newcastle can do the business against Milan and net a bit of money after losing out on the transfer fee they paid for Sandro Tonali. You could say advancing with a win to the last 16 of the Champions League would be a massive boost for Newcastle financially.
Yeah, I mean, Tonali, if he can have any impact on this game, as Eddie Howe got asked in his press comments if he got any intel from Sandro Tonali, and he said he got as much as he could. So maybe Sandro Tonali can play a role in Newcastle winning tomorrow, by giving Newcastle a little bit of advice on how to play against AC Milan and get a result. But yeah, I mean, I think if you had asked the question a few weeks ago, would this game have had a little bit more edge to it because of the Sandro Tonali situation, I would have said yes. But what's happened in the meantime, this game takes care of itself. The Sandro Tonali situation doesn't even come into my thinking personally now. I probably won't come into Eddie Howe's thinking either. Newcastle have got a job to do tomorrow. They need to win here to guarantee European football. Well, that's going to be in the Europa League, or if it's going to be in the Champions League if Paris Saint-Germain drop points in Borussia Dortmund. So the motivation here tomorrow night is all purely on football and rather than the off-field situation with Tonali. But it was interesting to hear from the AC Milan manager about the situation. You know, what's happened previously is we've all had to read through the Italian media. It was actually nice to sit in front of him and hear what he had to say. Yeah, I mean, I just thought us would do a quick video, Geordie Journo's bonus, and just try and give a little bit of insight into that press conference. We waited we waited around long enough for it. The difference between Eddie Howe's press conference and Stefano Pioli's press conference was 3 hours, so worth the wait.
No. But we did see the AC Milan players take to the pitch. Obviously, the UEFA regulations, unless you're Newcastle United at Milan or Borussia Dortmund, you're meant to train on the pitch beforehand if you're the away team in the Champions League. AC Milan basically walked out, had a huddle, saw the rain, saw the wind, and walked back inside. So hopefully that's a good omen. They're not too keen on the conditions here in the northeast, which are very cold, wet, miserable at the moment. So hopefully Newcastle can take advantage of that tomorrow night, and we'll be here, joined as always by Liam Kennedy, as we said in our previous video. So T's and C's, Jordan?
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it. I think I don't want to get in the T's and C's. Challenge my inner Liam Kennedy. So yeah, please like, share, comment, and ring the bell. Did I say subscribe there? Subscribe for your latest Geordie Journo's content. And yep, the next you'll hear from us will be reacting to what is hopefully a win against AC Milan in the Champions League, and hopefully Newcastle United remain in the Champions League as well for the knockout stages.